all of the supplies that you need in the event that you have to stay in your home for an extended period of time. So, as I said earlier, on the South Shore, the high tide will be between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., on the North Shore between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. That means that there will be flooding on both the North Shore and the South Shore. Again, light to moderate on the North Shore, could be major in some vulnerable areas. On the South Shore, it will be moderate to heavy, and that flooding could be as high as 2 to 3 feet. That is the reporting and the prediction right now. In addition, I want to thank, first of all, our first responders, our police department, our volunteer firefighters, our first responders, our DPW departments. They perform magnificently. We want to thank our workers who were up all hours of the night, making sure that we cleared up debris, got power on, and that everybody was safe. I want to just say that today is Columbus Day. There is no need to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Please stay off the roads, as there will be flooding. Watch out for flying debris. Watch out for falling debris, including branches and trees. We are not out of this yet. Again, there's another front on the way, and we expect that there will be additional rain. We know there'll be heavy winds, and we know there'll be flooding. So please make sure that you follow instructions and that you do the things that are necessary to keep you and your family safe. We will do our part. As I said, our police, firefighters, and all of our employees are doing a terrific job. I want to thank the partnership that we have with our cities, our villages, and our townships. They have done a great job. And for a report on what's going on in our towns around the county, we'll start off with our Oyster Bay Town Supervisor, Joe Saladino, followed by John Ferretti and Jen DeSena.
Thank you. First of all, we join with County Executive Bruce Blakeman in being so thankful that the hostages, the living hostages, have been released in Israel, and now we pray for the remains of all of those taken hostage to be returned, including our favorite son, Omer Nutra of Plainview. Second of all, in the town of Oyster Bay and throughout Nassau County, we are all very appreciative of the efforts of our county executive. Bruce Blakeman and the Nassau County Police have done so much to once again keep us safe. We hear from time to time about Nassau County being the safest county in all of America. Well, that is the case in every way, including during natural events like this storm. The flooding we have seen has been relatively high. We ask all residents to remember we have another high tide cycle on the South Shore between 1 to 4 p.m. this afternoon. Keep that in mind to make sure you don't put your cars back in the low spots. You know if your street is prone to flooding. We'd like to thank everyone in the county executive's team, the Nassau County Police Department, the Town of Oyster Bay Department of Public Safety, Town of Oyster Bay Parks Department, Public Information, and of course the Highway Department, who are out cleaning up those trees that came down in the town. Our biggest problem right now is losing sand at Tobay Beach. We've taken an enormous hit on sand, which of course is very expensive, and we appreciate the county executive calling for the state of emergency, which we hope will be helpful in regaining funding for the loss of that sand. And I'll end off where I began. Having a county executive like Bruce Blakeman makes a tremendous difference when things are at their worst. He and his team to make sure that we are safest.
John?
Well, thank you, County Executive Bruce Blakeman. I can't thank you enough on behalf of the residents of the town of Hempstead for keeping our town and our county safe during this terrible, terrible storm. And so in the town of Hempstead, I want to also thank our Department of Conservation and Waterways, our Highway Department, our Parks Department, and all those town of Hempstead employees that have worked the last 24 hours around the clock to remediate any of the damage that this storm has brought. We have had some reports, about 5 reports of downed trees in the town of Hempstead. 3 have already been removed from the downed area. 2 are being worked on now, and we continue to work around the clock to make sure that the town of Hempstead residents are safe. I want to once again ask that residents, if they see a downed tree, please report it on our website. you can go to hempsteadtown.com/storm and report any downed trees. Together, working with our county executive, Bruce Blakeman, Nassau County, the town of Hempstead, and the other towns, we will get through this. Thank you all.
Jen?
Thank you, everybody. I want to thank the county executive for providing all of his resources for us, for the town, including an early morning briefing on where we are, where we have power outages, where we've had car accidents and trees down. I want to thank our North Hempstead Highway Department. They have been out through the night. They did have reports of trees down in Port Washington and branches down throughout the town, and they all have been cleared. So continue to call 311 if you have a tree down. Also, as we have been briefed, high tide in Port Washington and Kings Point is not until 5 p.m. today. And with the additional rain, the high tide is likely to last longer. So if you see a flooded area, those that are vulnerable, please don't drive into it. Be careful. Help keep our amazing police department safe, our amazing fire service. Many of our town employees are also volunteers in the fire service, and so they are pulling double duty. They're all out there. So I want to thank our fire service and our North Hempstead Highway team for keeping the roads open. But once again, don't use them if you don't have to. Try and stay home today. I join in our prayers for the returned hostages and the families, and I want to thank again County Executive for all the resources that keep us safe every day, even when it is rain and wind and flood. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. So again, just to remind everybody, if there is a down power line, stay away from it. There is a very real chance that you could get electrocuted. If you touch any down wires, obviously call 911. They will respond. They will alert PSE&G, who will respond to any down lines. Again, use common sense, and if we all stay in and try to stay off the roads, I think we'll have a very safe afternoon. And again, thank you to our police, our firefighters, our first responders, and our county and town and village and city workers for all they do and all they've done throughout the night to keep us safe. With that, we'll take any questions from the media. Any questions about the storm? They tend to be right now on the North Shore because there's more dense forest on the North Shore. So basically, with more trees on the North Shore, they have fallen branches and fallen trees that fall on the power lines. So the majority of homes that are out of power are on the North Shore in Oyster Bay and North Hempstead. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you all very much. Stay dry.